Happy Halloween, everyone. And now, a sneak peek at SPO, Operation Epic, Part 2.
Okay, so tell me again why we're in a parking garage on
Brad
Halloween.
wanted us to be in a cold, dark place on Halloween night. I don't know what the hell he's got in mind, but
Why would Brad
clearly-
want to do? What did you do?
Dude, what do you want? Why? How do you even get here?
I walked. Hey, look it. There's artwork on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, there's also artwork in front of me, and it's hideous and diabolical. What do you want?
I love the compliments here, Evan. Hey, did you see this? I found this outside. It makes noises. Oh. Well, why are you guys here?
Brad wanted us to meet him here.
Yeah, funny thing about that is, I called you.
Well, you do a good Brad impression.
It's called a voice changer. Come on.
All right.
I have money, and I buy a lot of toys.
Okay, cut to the chase. It's cold, and I'm scared as hell.
Well, the chase is you work for me now.
What are you talking about? I work for Brad and SPO.
Yeah, we work for SPO.
First of all, it's called Fourth Page Online. Don't abbreviate it. It doesn't deserve an abbreviation. All right? No, you work for me. How much are you making now with Brad?
All right, not much, but we do it because we love the job.
I'll give you
love it.
$80,000 a piece.
What would
To
we
work for
be
me.
doing?
$80,000 for 1 month's worth of work.
What do we call work?
Going against Brad?
What do you have against him? He's a nice guy.
What I have against him has nothing to do with this right now. It's either you're with me or you're not.
I don't know. I think we should at least talk about this for a while.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a minute?
I don't really have, a minute, so you either decide now or never. And if you say no, then I'll just go to Brad and say that you met me here.
No, I think we'll go.
And
to
who is
Brad.
he going to believe? I mean, after what happened last time with Joe, I don't think he's going to be, really on your side.
I think we go to Brad first. Come on, let's do it.
As long as he doesn't kill us. Is he packing?
Don't touch me. Go back over there. Jesus, what is this?
I have a feeling that this isn't going to end well.
Hey, Barrett, come on. Rush. We'll be back for you.
I'll be back for you.
It was Halloween weekend in the NFL, and several of our local teams got quite a spooky experience. Brad, the Giants nearly lost to the lowly Dolphins.
The Giants did lose it. I can't keep this up. The Giants, they went against the Dolphins. Winless team on the year. Giants look like the winless team for a long time. Finally put everything together in the fourth quarter. Eli Manning looked like an elite quarterback. Matt Schaub's over here is choking because of his accent he just did. But we're going to continue. Brandon Marshall couldn't come through with his statement that the Giants were going to lose this game and the Dolphins were going to win. That didn't come true. Giants looking good.
Do you give them credit for finding a way to win that game, or is it more embarrassing that they were even in that situation?
You know what? A win in the NFL is a win. You keep on putting those victories in the bank. You don't talk about them afterwards. It doesn't matter if you won by 3, if you won by 50. They all count the same. You want to build up those wins, so you want to get to the playoffs. The Giants aren't going to be complaining about this one at all. Yeah, it was a little bit ugly. Yeah, they should have blew this team out. They didn't. But when it counted, they got the victory.
A W is a W, and a local team that didn't get a W, one they wanted, was New England Patriots going up against a rival. They've gotten a lot of wins against the last few years, but not Sunday.
Yeah, Patriots have owned this series, which is kind of shocking because the Steelers are always good in the regular season. Pittsburgh finally got over that hump. They actually beat up the Patriots in this game, not even as close as the final score indicated. The Steelers did what you have to do to beat the Patriots. Attack them through the air. Ben Roethlisberger did that in a big way. Huge first half. Second half came down a little bit, but they continued to knock out the Patriots. And, best yet, the defense showed up, held Tom Brady to basically nothing.
And on the other side of the defensive situation, a lot of talk in Boston today about how Belichick's kind of lost his touch. He doesn't have the great players anymore, and he's having trouble mixing and matching defense the way he usually does.
Yeah, he likes to release players to make statements. He released Brandon Merriweather in the beginning of the season. Maybe that's coming back to bite him now. He can't just plug in players left and right and expect to win. Offenses are way better than they used to be, even just a few years ago. They're passing all over the place, new schemes, new everything. Offensive coordinators becoming geniuses in seemingly every spot, except for the New York Jets with Brian Schottenheimer. But Belichick might be losing his touch a little bit, mainly because of the players. He doesn't have good players on that defense. That could come back to bite them this season.
And then these two teams get together next week, first time since that magical Super Bowl night, the David Tyree helmet catch. What do you see happening next week?
It's going to be a great matchup, Giants-Patriots. For once, probably the Jets are going to be rooting for the Giants in this game. I would hope they would be rooting for the Giants. It's going to be a tough matchup. You know, the Giants, Eli Manning, everyone talking about him. Is he an elite quarterback? Is he not an elite quarterback? Patriots obviously have an elite quarterback. Eli's playing much better. Never a big fan of Eli over here, but you can't deny it. He's having a very good season. Tom Brady, if he plays like he did this past week, Giants win the game.
Manning reminds me of one of those pitchers that doesn't have a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but then you look up, it's the 7th inning, and he's given up 2 runs. You don't know how he does it, but he just does it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say anything bad about Eli this year. He's been fantastic. He's got the Giants in first place, 2-game lead in the NFC East. We'll see if that holds up. The Eagles are making a charge, but he's got them right in position for the playoffs.
And our Jets didn't have a game this week. Teams this year against coming off the bye week have not been good. What do you see for them next week?
They got a great battle with the Buffalo Bills. Who would ever thought the Bills and the Jets would be fighting for first place? Could happen if the Giants knock off the Patriots. The Jets could jump right into that slot. This is going to be huge for the Jets. They absolutely need to win this game. It won't ruin them if they lose. They could still have a shot at the playoffs. But if you want momentum going forward, you got to beat Buffalo. Ryan Fitzpatrick in that offense, very good. Defense, poor. But still, the Buffalo Bills don't scare me. The Jets are the better team. They should win this game. We'll see how it plays out.
If the Jets want to finally get a home game in the playoffs one of these years, winning division is the best route, and winning a divisional game is the easiest way to get it.
That's huge. You have to win your AFC East games. That's all you need to do. They have to win the division. If they go with the wild card, obviously they're going through the road, which they kind of like. They've done it 2 years in a row. They got to the AFC Championship. But I'm sure they would like some home games along the way. And if they're at home in the AFC Championship, you know, they got to be favored in that game. Pittsburgh took care of the Patriots. Finally, good job. 2 losses for the Patriots this season. When do you ever see that this early in the season? So teams are doing what the Jets need them to do. Buffalo, they keep winning as well. It's not going to be easy. But the Jets control their own destiny to win the AFC East. They beat the Bills. They beat the Patriots. They beat the Bills again. We'll see what happens.
The Jets have gotten that help Rex Ryan asked for from other teams at the start of the year. Now they have to help themselves a little bit.
Yeah, beat the Bills this week, and we're talking about the new Jets. You know, the Jets, everyone came in with hype this season, Super Bowl contenders, 3-game losing streak on the road. Everyone said they stunk and they weren't even going to make the playoffs. Now, 2 wins in a row, and they're back in it. They beat the Chargers at home. Chargers, everyone's talking about as a Super Bowl contender as well. Jets looked great in that game. We'll see what they do against Buffalo.
2 huge NFL games for local fans next week will be quite a treat for us, and always a treat. Brad with the Final Rant.
It's only fitting here on a Halloween special episode of Sports Page Online that I tell you about things that absolutely terrified me from the NFL slate on Sunday afternoon and evening. First, Tim Tebow. Can you throw a forward pass, Tim? I guess not. Kevin Kolb. Try leading your team to points instead of turnovers. Nike basketball, saying basketball never stops. Guess what? It stopped right now. John Casey. Try kicking a meaningful field goal in your life. You couldn't do it on Sunday. And finally, Sunday night, the Cowboys, the Eagles. The Cowboys proved once again that they have no heart, especially on defense. Tony Romo is a bum. And guess what? This is Sports Page Online.